Good morning. Joey Lynn here with Dr. Q's House Calls, checking in on you and seeing if you want to join me for another project in my very own backyard. Today we're going to talk about volunteers and suckers and how to tackle them. This is another one of those tasks that we tend to put off, and before you know it, we have a big problem on our hands. First, we're going to talk about suckers. Suckers come on branches or trunks of trees. We want to get to them before they actually become a full branch, and so the sooner that we can get to them, the better. I like to use Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a great product. It's a little white bottle. You shake it up real well, you take the cap off, and there's actually a little wand with a paintbrush on there. And what you do is you go on each individual cut that you make, you paint, and that little sucker, it will cease to grow. I like this because it does not harm the mother plant. I also use that within my landscape for volunteers that are growing. We had a couple African sumacs. They have since been removed, but because they're such aggressive root systems, even though the tree is gone, the roots are still there and the volunteers are still coming up. Another reason why that you would want to use Sucker Punch is because, let's say you've never had those trees in your backyard and yet you still have a volunteer growing. It could be from your neighbor next door. And to be a good neighbor, we don't want to kill their tree. They might love the tree, but we want to prevent them from growing into our yard. So we apply and paint on where we make the cut, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take a look in my yard for some volunteers. We're going to look for suckers, and we're going to look for weeds that we can kill on contact. All right, here we go. Here I am at my flowering plum. I love this tree. I'll do anything to protect this tree. So I want to remove this water sprout. This is actually a water sprout. It's growing straight up, and it's taking energy from the rest of the tree. So we're going to remove it. Do a nice clean cut, okay? And then I'm going to use my Sucker Punch. And I'm going to take my bottle. I've got my gloves on. Always use gloves when you're working with chemicals, guys. Keep your skin safe and protected. And I'm going to get up here and I'm just going to dab. And there you have it. That's all you do. It's as simple as that. As you can see here, I have the leftovers of a purple robe locust, also known as an Idaho locust tree. This has been gone or cut back about 10 years. We did not remove the whole stump, so this is what we have left behind. The root system's still intact, so this tree is still wanting to grow and produce, but the structure's not there. So these are the suckers that come. So until we remove this whole thing or we aggressively apply a chemical, my job is to keep the growth down. So as you can see, I'm going to just start cutting back. We're going to make some fresh cuts here so that chemical gets into the cambium layer. And you can see it is alive. It's very, very much alive in here still. And now we're going to apply. And we can do a heavy application on this. All right. See why we wear gloves? I don't know if you can see in there, but that's pretty substantial in here. Okay? That, if given a chance, will become a full-on tree. Not to mention the potential of what it's going to do to my irrigation, because it's wrapped around here. That's why these things can't go unresolved. You will have a bigger problem if you leave it. So we're gonna get down here. We're gonna trim that back. Be careful of your emitters. All right, so let's pull this all back, see if we have any other growth. So I've decided to come back and go a little bit deeper, see what we can do to try to, just remember, I've got irrigation here. All right, let's tackle that now. Now I'm gonna do a heavy treatment. This is going to have to be addressed again. However, if you notice, I am right at the base of my palm tree. I don't want to put any chemical that is going to penetrate the root mat of my palm tree. Sophie has found another weed. So we're gonna get on in here. Hi there. Are you gonna help me? Okay, go. And let's see. And the root, actually, we just pulled it out, so no need to use a chemical. We have evidence that we have the taproot and the fine growing hair, so that should be sufficient to just pull it out. All right, let's go on the hunt for something else. All right, so I found underneath my sago palm. So we're gonna get down in here. So just gently start pulling everything back. And be aware of your irrigation, your lighting. Well, that was fun and easy. I appreciate you coming along. Just knowing that you were with me made the job go by much faster and seemed so much more tolerable. I hope you learned something. I hope you came away with some useful information. And if you do have any other questions or concerns, Dr. Q and I would like you to know that even though we've suspended the house call service for now, you can email us at housecalls@starnursery.com. Leave a detailed description of what your concerns are, include any pictures that you'd like, and we will be sure to get back with you as soon as possible. Okay, bye-bye for now. Thank you.